We have found that that L-shaped interlock in a herringbone pattern really hard to beat for stability and structural loading. My name is William Moore. I go by Bill. I am a professional engineer licensed in Virginia and West Virginia. I was introduced to SWM PAVE many years ago, and what was evident to me about the product was the interlocking design. That was critical because up to that point we'd had some experience with pavers that were quote interlocking, but they either had these little bumps on the sides that kept the spacing, or even some of them had separate artificial spacers, and the interlock just wasn't there. So when you would put them in, they would have a tendency to shift, move. Corners would get caught when they were plowing or even during install. So what intrigued me and what I've kind of gravitated towards with specifically the aqua brick, the 4L, the L-shaped paver, is how well it locks when you put it in a herringbone pattern. The lines of the joints are all broken up with either the stem or the foot of the L. So that really keeps it locked into place so that it doesn't shift around and move. When you start dealing with a project that's going from complete unpaved area, permeable area, to 80% or more paved area and rooftops and parking lot, meeting the energy balance requirements is very challenging. And the best way to meet that challenge is through a practice that gives you a high percentage of runoff reduction. And the level 2 permeable pavers give you 75%. That right there helps you meet your energy balance requirements pretty easily. So in the winter, when you do push and shove your snow around, when it melts in the daytime heating, right, on asphalt it tends to sheen across, and then at night it freezes up and you get this black ice condition. You don't have that condition with the permeable pavers, right? Even if you have a pile of snow that's melting right up against your building, it's just infiltrating throughout the day while the sun's melting the snow pile. That was an important consideration that we made whenever we were thinking about what's it going to look like in the shadow of this building when you're refreezing and creating black ice on typical blacktop asphalt. We've had some people inquire about the maintenance, right? So a lot of owners want to know, before I get into this, what do I have to do to keep the paver in compliance? Even the localities are asking us, what do we need to be looking for when we're out there on these sites, making sure they're in compliance? It's very simple. Just keep the debris cleaned off. You know, maybe once a year you might need to run the vac truck over it. That may or may not involve some replacement of the number 8 stone in the joints. What's nice about the maintenance and inspections for the locality standpoint, you can see it right there at your feet. So unlike some of the stormwater stuff that is buried underground, how do you really inspect that to make sure it's in compliance? It can be a challenge. With the permeable pavers at ground level, that's straightforward. It's right there at your feet.